Hello students, this is your course on blogging and tools. In this video on learning the blog dashboard, we're going to talk about understanding blog stats. Now there are some important statistics for blog management which you must be aware of, which you must understand before you start creating content and publishing it on your blog. And this is therefore an essential part of learning your blog dashboard as well. With the help of key statistics, you can understand which of your posts are performing well, who is your target readership, and which sources are bringing you the most traffic on a daily, weekly, monthly, and annual basis. Some of the key blog statistics which are offered by WordPress as a content management system are how your posts and pages are performing, who are your best referrers and who are your worst referrers in terms of sources of traffic, from which countries you are deriving the maximum interest in your blog, thereby understanding whether you need country specific content to be created, whether you need translation widgets to be activated. Then, what are the search terms being recorded for your blog, and should you be paying attention to these search terms and generating more content around this blog or not? Then, who are the authors if you have multiple authors on your blog? So, who are viewing, who are the authors that are generating the content which is being most viewed? Then, what kind of clicks are getting generated on your blog, especially if you have provided buttons, CTA buttons like subscription or downloading of certain assets like tools or ebooks, etc. What kind of file downloads are happening and what kind of videos are being played on your blog. Now, a lot of this seems very far-fetched, especially when you're just starting out your blog. You may think, I'm never going to post videos, I'm never going to give file downloads as an option. But you cannot really predict how your blog will shape up in the next year, 2 years, 5 years or so. Therefore, it's always important to understand and explore what are these various statistics which your content management system can capture for your blog, and have that kind of forecasting ability, that kind of vision that your blog will need some of these right now, from the moment you will start publishing your first post, and sometime in the distant future when your blog would have grown to a readership of more than 100,000 readers, and when you will need numbers to manage your blog rather than just a qualitative understanding of your audience and your content. Now, tracking site visits and views is generally the first thing that you do as soon as your blog becomes relatively active. You have a few posts up there which are gaining traction, which are getting views, which are getting visitors. So as soon as that happens, what you can start doing is visiting the stats and insights corner in your blog dashboard and checking how the traffic is generally performing. What this particular image is representing to you is that over a weekly traffic representation, every time a new post is published, traffic spikes, and every time it is shared on various social media platforms, traffic spikes, and then the interest in the blog wanes. Then again, when a new publishing happens, new post comes up, there is again a jump in the traffic. This may not be true for every blog, especially if you're publishing content on a daily basis. You could have a very healthy flatter curve, which is meeting consistent good number of views and visitors on a daily basis. Obviously, it can take you some time to reach that place, and it can take a lot of effort to reach that level where your number of visitors are consistent. And if there is a dip in that, then you can definitely identify it from this particular statistic easily and take corrective actions right away. Traffic movement and sources can also be studied in this particular area, wherein under the posts and pages section, the CMS tells you which page is getting most views, which post is getting most views, which further indicates to you which are the pages on which you should be placing CTAs that can lead to conversions, that can generate leads for you, which are the posts that are most performing or best performing, and then you can build content which is similar to these posts to keep the traffic interested in your content. In terms of referrers, also your CMS can tell you here, as you can see, that which referrer is bringing you the most views on your blog. And with that, you can understand which referrer you should invest in more, especially if you are looking for paid promotion eventually for your blog to become um, successful. Then from country wise view, you can also understand, as I was saying, that which country is having the maximum representation in your readership, and should you be tweaking your content to suit the taste or the preferences of readers from this particular country. So for instance, the blog that I have captured the statistics for here is based in India, and it is mostly appealing to viewers in India, visitors in India. But there is some interest from Malaysia, some interest from US as well, in Canada. So what I can do is, or whatever can be done for this blog, is that more country specific content can perhaps be generated for Malaysian audience and US audience in the long term. However, numbers like 14 and 11 are very small and very micro niche, and you have to wait for this to explode really for you to take that kind of action. Then blog performance insights can also be studied in terms of posting activity, especially if you have multiple authors or multiple stakeholders who are responsible for posting on the blog, and you are just trying to manage it at a macro level. Then this simple statistic of posting activity can tell you how frequently posts have been published in any given month or in any given period, and you can then decide what should be the next strategic action to improve the blog. Then all time views can also tell you which was the most successful period for your blog, and what did you do in that particular period which you can replicate in subsequent periods for a continued blog performance. Then latest post summary is another important insight which tells you how many views or likes have happened on the most recent post which you have published. Since this particular post has been published on the same day as the statistic is captured, it has only got 3 views, then maybe it is nothing to be alarmed about. But if this is the case for a post which was published last week or 10 days ago, then this is an alarming statistic, and you should be perhaps promoting the post more, or making sure that a new post with the more relevant content, more trending content comes up as soon as possible. Then all time posts, views, and visitors can also be viewed in a single snapshot with this particular insightful representation of data, and you get an idea of how many views have been generated by your blog thus far, and how far are you from your target goal of blog readership. Total followers, most popular day and hour for you is also something that you can get from your this insight corner. If you have any followers, that can be indicated in a particular section. If you have generated any comments on your blog content, that is also represented in the insights section. And whether there are any particular tags and categories which are performing very well, or if you have linked it to any social media profile and that has garnered you some followers, that can also be captured in the insights section. A lot of the information presented here helps you devise marketing and promotion and distribution strategies for your blog in the long term. And therefore, you need to be aware of these statistics, not to create content, but to create content which is relevant, meaningful, value adding to your target audience. So it tells you how your target readers are responding to your blog and what you should be doing to better improve your blog's performance. And you have to remember that while these numbers are helpful in terms of historic performance, they do tell you what can be done for future improved performance. So these are the basic statistics which you need to learn about your blog management. Next up, we'll talk about plugins and other tools which you can use to improve your blog's modification and management, and even perhaps migration. So until then, thank you.